Hey everybody. So I'm working on the 980s a little bit here and there. I got a little into them last night, and now it's Sunday, and so this is what I have working. And of course the cat wants to go up and see. You gonna go up and see? Yeah. He wants to inspect. Inspecting the work. So this is what I've got going on. Okay, so what can I control? CBPA mode, transmit, receive, modes, AM, upper, lower, sideband, mic gain, and what else? I was working on the squelch and the S meter bits. The S meter is basically just there's a signal that comes up from the receiver stage and is fed into an ADC, and that's a piece of piss. That's really not a whole big deal. Depending on the ADC voltage value, then you just raise the bar. So yeah, full scale is 0.6 volts, so that's fairly simple ADC stuff. So I'm not fiddling with the ADC yet, because I don't have the ADC configured on the micro yet. So right now I'm just doing the basic bit toggling stuff with the I/O expander. PLL, I have, of course, full control over that. I've always had control over the BU2630s, but just to show you what this thing does. Okay, so over here on the computer screen, I have a bunch of bits that I can flip. So if I want this radio to transmit, okay, I'll just flip a bit, and we'll watch up there when I send this code, it will transmit. So. And it's on 27665. So if I go over here and I change this to say that, and then we watch over here, that's me controlling the PLL, and I'm going to set it to the lowest channel that it can go to, which is 25665. It can't go any lower. Of course, you can see the damn thing's drawing 2 amps because it's transmitting. So I'll toggle this back to a 0, and we will push this code. You can see the blinky blink down there. Bink. And of course no transmit. So that's basically it. Since I can control it, obviously audio is quite simple. It's just a matter of feed the audio into the right place, from where the microphone connector is, and I did that last night. Just a signal generator. I forget where I just tapped the audio in there and fed a tone into it. Yeah, it transmits AM upper sideband and lower sideband. Another interesting thing is if you want this radio to go completely in batshit crazy, is you set both modes, AM and like upper sideband or upper and lower sideband. It completely goes batshit crazy. It just does weird things. Just if you have it on AM and sideband at the same time, mode-wise, it sort of oscillates into itself. It's bizarre as hell. But obviously at that point, we're doing just really ridiculously stupid crap with it. But yes, I can do stuff like that. And of course, since it oscillates into itself, when you look up at the RF meter, the damn thing just pegs it, because it's just like doing, 15, 16 watts of just pure, unadulterated noise, just squealing. And so, yeah, but that's obviously a not normal situation, and since I'm running it with a micro on a breadboard, through a ribbon cable, I obviously can control whatever it's doing, crazy combinations or not. So, that's basically all there is to it. I haven't managed to kill the original micro yet. As you can see, I've pretty much pulled it to bits because, well, it's a reference. So, there's you know what's interesting about this is like half of the stuff they have on this board is completely unnecessary. It's been overbuilt. All the lead power stuff, it's just like, why did they do all of that? And it's like, dear God. I mean, I think it's just been over-engineered. So the flat flex connector is a problem, having trouble getting some. I've got samples coming from various companies to see if we can get one that will work, because this connector appears to be unobtainium. I've already tried some new old stock. It's not that obviously somebody made it, but everybody who's made this type of connector with this number of pins and pit and pitch and everything like that, it's discontinued. So yeah, they can be obtained, but I have to find the manufacturer that still makes this connector. And of course, if you order 10,000 of them, they'll make anything you want. It's not going to order 10,000 blasted connectors. However, a right angle mount connector like this is still being produced, which means it's just right angle on the board instead of vertical. So that's I could use that. I mean, so just you got to use what you can get. So the ribbon should fit and still reach with a right angle. So the only thing left really is to keep mapping this stuff out. I'm fairly certain I got the mic gain pretty much down. It's 4 steps, 2 bits. 2 to 2 is obviously 4. So we're just toggling 2 bits on here to alter the mic gain. The RF gain is 5 steps, which is interesting because I can only find 2 bits that get toggled to the RF gain. For example, we see this radio here. If we go into the RF gain and we look at that, S meter there. They've got 4 steps in here. If I go to 5, okay, you see it drops just a little bit when we go to local. So I'm not too sure what's going on. If we go to 1, and we have, nothingness. So, I'm not too sure what's going on here, because that's interesting right there. Well, wait a minute, that's right. Local, so we got an S1. We go to 3. We got a, just, a 10 plus here. I don't, well, that's right, I got to turn on local. Okay, so we got a 4 now. So we go to 4 here. And we got a 7 with a 9 there. It's just, I gotta map it out. I gotta figure out what's going on. Because I can only find 2 bits that are getting toggled on. I get this 5 steps. And it's not like they're bullshit. Because if I go in this one and I go to 5, okay, you can see a difference between, local and, distance. So it's clearly doing something, but when I toggle the RF gain, I don't see any actual change, which tells me, because like if I toggle the local to distance, I don't see anything going on here. It tells me that that 5th step is like a placebo or something, but I can't confirm that. Like it's like they've altered the ADC value so that you see the S meter just change just a little bit, or the ADC reference or something. It's just, I wouldn't put it past them just so they can say, okay, we have 5 steps on our RF gain, even though we only have 2 bits, which basically means you only have 4 steps. But I have to confirm that. There must be something going on. I can't believe anybody would fake the 5th step. So, Anyway, so that's basically it. Almost have full control over it. Now, I've talked to a few people about like things like CB repeaters, which, you know, CB repeaters don't exist, and they're probably going to be as illegal as hell, because, well, you can't do stuff like that. But can you imagine, you know, a controller between two of these radios? Okay, I feed the audio into this one transmits. It'd be kind of neat. 10 kilohertz channel spacing is probably not on the cards, but yeah, all kinds of neat things can be done. So, you know, it's just fooling around. You know, is it worth it? No. Is it fun? Oh shit, yes. Anyway, guys, catch you next time.